here to keep you always posted about football news. Today we go off from Barcelona to Arsenal to Chelsea, Real Madrid, and finally Manchester United. I'm Julius Mwangi, and let's dive in. We start off with Fermin López, who Chelsea offered 40 million euros during the summer transfer window. However, Barcelona turned that down. Fermin López have been amazing for Barcelona in the recent years, and Chelsea, I think they spotted that. But it is important for you to note he has started the season 25-26 on a very high note, having scored in the yesterday game, and he read the side very well. I like his passion for Barcelona. Remember, Barcelona won't let Fermin López go for 40 million euros. However, Chelsea just sent the bid to show the player that he did appreciate what he's doing, and he didn't match amazing. Fermin López on his side, he confirmed that his time at Barcelona will not be limited, and that he wished to be there for a very long time, but appreciated the fact that someone, or rather Chelsea, noted his efforts. On Arsenal, we go with William Saliba and Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka and William Saliba are right now discussing contracts with Arsenal, but remember, Bukayo Saka have not a lot of issues with the contract renewal, but with William Saliba there is a turn, so I can confirm to you that Saliba isn't really comfortable at the moment with Arsenal. However, the discussions are still on, and remember, by the summer of 2026 he will only have 1 year left on his contract, and so Arsenal will not want that situation to happen, and so they are promising him leadership roles and every other thing to continue keeping him at the Emirates. But remember, Real Madrid are very keen on William Saliba, and they consider him very important in the rank of Jude Bellingham. That is the level they are taking him for the year defense. Remember also, Real Madrid, most of their defenders are now outgoing. Mention Medi, that is Ferran Medi. We also mention Antonio Rudiger. We also have David Alaba, and you can see that defense is aging, and so they consider William Saliba very important for them right now and also in the future. William Saliba still is on divided mind, but I will let you know how the contract discussion really evolves. This is a decision time for Manchester United. It is very important that we take time on Manchester United. Manchester United have got very many issues, from the back room to the pitch. There is a lot of discussion around them. Right now, I wish to talk about Ugarte. Manuel Ugarte was a topic of discussion during this summer transfer window, with Italian clubs really willing to take him on loan. However, Manchester United closed all doors for Ugarte to leave on loan this summer. Remember, they are not having a very good game, but that is a thing we are monitoring. Still at the middle of the pack, we have Kobbie Mainoo, Manchester United academy graduate, who was very impressive under Eric Ten Hag, but now he has not had playtime. Remember, he requested to leave on loan, but Manchester United owners, the coach, everyone refused. However, Kobbie Mainoo believes, and it is actually the fact, that in order to become the player you really want to be, you can't be on the bench. Remember, he was benched during this Manchester derby, and so that one is taking toll on him. Remember, the more he sits down, the more he gets unfit, and the more he is gonna struggle to make it out of that dugout in the Manchester United backyard, and so he's really not comfortable at the moment. However, remember, Kobbie Mainoo does not want to leave Manchester on a permanent deal. There was a few speculations that he would join Chelsea, however, nothing concrete can be said or rather can be associated with that. So we are monitoring the situation with Kobbie Mainoo and Manchester United. On Ruben Amorim, who makes the closure of this bulletin, Ruben Amorim has had a very poor start with 31 games and 31 points. That is an aggregate of 1 point per game, which isn't what has happened, for he has lost more than 15 games in his run as Manchester United manager. He has been there for 10 months, and now it is almost typical that he should have adopted to the system very quickly. So those are the news we had for you today. We started with Fermin López, who is at Barcelona right now and wish to continue staying at Barcelona. We also have Saliba, who is with Arsenal right now but could move to Santiago Bernabeu, that is Real Madrid, if the contract is not renewed. And we also have Bukayo Saka, whom they are discussing his contract at Arsenal, but that contract isn't with a lot of problem. We also have Manuel Ugarte, whose future at Manchester United right now is at stake. We also have Maguire, whose contract is being discussed at Manchester United. Remember, Maguire has attracted the attention of a few clubs in the recent past, given his form right now. He's at very good form, but Maguire's contract at Manchester United is being discussed internally. Remember, he runs out of contract come the summer of 2027. We also have Kobbie Mainoo, whom wish to get enough time to play so he can show his worth. We already know his worth, but he really need now to prove himself again. We also have Ruben Amorim, whose future at Manchester United is at stake. Those are the news we had for you today. Make sure to subscribe, follow us for more news, and I will see you guys around. Thank you.